How do you build trust with your team and your team members? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So how do we build trust with our team members? That's right, our team. Whether we're a manager or a leadership VP, whatever it is, or we're the employee. How do we start building trust with those we work with? That's what we're going to talk about right now. So what is it that we need to do? Well, there's tons of different things we need to do to build trust with people. And in this video, we're basically going to hit the top 3 things we need to do overall. And I've got tons of videos that will actually help you be more successful in all relationships and a deep dive on those topics. But for today, we're going to talk about 3 things. The first thing is, how do we show up? That's right. Well, why does that matter? Well, see, the people that we interact with actually are asking 3 questions on every interaction. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? In those 7 seconds that they ask those 3 questions and answer them, because it's part of our fight or flight mechanism, we need to make sure that we're showing up with our best foot forward. That means we need to be showing up, not looking like Eeyore and moping around, have a smile on our face, be energetic, helping them, being non-threatening, and taking an interest in them. We need to make sure that they know that they're valued. And in the area that we show up in, it also shouldn't be loud with explosions going on, or on the top of a skyscraper, or some other area that's non-conducive to building trust. We need to have an area where people feel relaxed. Because if they have all these things going on and distractions and it's loud noises and they're kind of frazzled a little bit, they're going to associate that with us. So we need to make sure that we're showing up correctly. We also need to make sure that we're wearing the right color clothing. We need to be cognizant of the scents we're wearing. We need to understand about reciprocity and social proof when we're being introduced the first time. There's a lot that goes into that first thing of how we show up. So we need to be intentional on how we show up with people. Now, the second thing we need to do is make sure that we're truly valuing the people that we're meeting with, our team members. We should be valuing them. And we should be showing them that we value them. And I often tell salespeople and leadership teams, do a CRM. You can do it in your head if you want. I always write it down on paper to know and learn about people. And I walk people through the house analogy and how you do that. But having a CRM where we really go through and understand people, we need to know what the people do outside of work. What excites them? What gets them motivated? We need to find those kind of things and make sure that we support them. We don't have to go out there and do everything for them, but having that commonality and a common language and asking about people shows them that they're valued. So we need to make sure we take the focus off ourselves, not having that selfie camera, and really focus like we're taking a picture and looking through that lens to them. We need to focus in on those other people to build trust. So that's number 2, focus in on them. Now the third thing we need to do, and I teach in the trust equation, is we need to be consistent, reliable, vulnerable, constantly showing up in the same way. It's kind of like Chick-fil-A. Whether you like their politics or not, man, that place has a drive-through that is lined up out the street, man. It is plugging up where they actually have had cops or police officers directing traffic because they're so busy all the time, consistently, because they show up in a consistent manner and show people a consistent menu and the food is consistently good. We need to do that. By being consistent, we will build trust levels, okay? Being reliable, doing what you say you're going to do. We need to make sure that we do that when everybody's watching and when nobody's watching. We need to make sure that we're reliable. And that vulnerability piece is something that is difficult for most men. We don't like sharing our vulnerabilities. We think of it as, oh my God, we're vulnerable, we're open to attack. Well, that's a risk But with trust, we have to be vulnerable, especially like in our relationships. With my wife, I have to be vulnerable at times and share things with her so we can grow a better bond that's stronger, has stronger roots. So we need to be vulnerable with those people that we work with. Not every detail, but maybe we don't understand a topic. It's okay to say, listen, I don't really understand this. Can you explain it a little bit more? People will be glad to help. And we also do not want to be selfish, because that negates everything. If we're just out there to make our own gain, it doesn't matter how consistent, how vulnerable, how reliable we are, man, that selfishness component will negate everything. If we're just out there to go get a promotion and sacrifice other people, guess what's going to happen? Trust is going to go out the window. So we need to make sure that we're checking ourselves and making sure that we value other people, show up well, be consistent, build on trust. When we focus on those other people instead of ourselves, we're going to be successful with our teammates and our leadership team or our reports. All right? If you have any more questions, my contact information is below. If you'd like to talk more about it, I'd be glad to help you. If this video was helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send to somebody you think it might benefit. That's why I do these videos, to help you. We'll see you next time.